How do I go about this?
I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed.
I feel like I have this anxiety building in me.
I feel like helpless. I feel like crying. I feel like, oh, it's just too much.
Okay, so let's go back to square one.
First, the cast talks about their progress getting interviews.
So, how many interviews have I set up? 0. Zero. However, I do have good news. So I reached out to at least 100 connections, but I didn't know LinkedIn had like a maximum limit, like of how many people you can connect with in a day. So I took some snapshots of that because I thought that was so like hilarious.
So tell me about your last week. How have things gone? And anything new?
Well, things went well. I've conducted over the last couple weeks probably, well, it would have been 10 meetings, but I ended up canceling the 10th one yesterday because it just wasn't something that I was interested in. Because he actually reached out to me to make a meeting, and so I said, okay, great. You know, more information is always better than not as much. He was trying to recruit me to go work for his company, but it's just it's an industry that it's like sales, and then some people are outstanding with sales. It's not my wheelhouse. I'm not a good salesman because I can't manipulate people and feel good about myself.
I should probably go back to square one in as far as like looking at different companies and like going back to turn these first connections into meetings and then hopefully like turn something into an interview, because I'm feeling that, you know, I haven't gotten a job interview. I haven't like turned the networking, hasn't like uncovered a job opportunity yet. So I'm just sort of like, well, I have to keep the faith, and I have to go back and I have to start, you know, like looking at people again and trying to like find people. A person that I met on a film set a long time ago actually reached back out to me last week and put me back in touch with like Facebook groups that are like for filmmakers, you know, for like, you know, temp work and stuff like that. And so I've been kind of perusing those and like trying to like network in those circles, because those are going to be people making films locally here, and we'll have like need for, you know, production assistants, camera assistants. I think, you know, I know that like the first job I get doing, you know, from that networking isn't going to be the job, but it'll put me in like person-to-person contact with other people and other opportunities.
You have a first meeting?
Yes, this is my first meeting. And it's with someone who is a producer at the Christian Broadcasting Network in Virginia. She's available to speak on May 25th. So just setting that up with her. She's wanting to do it on Zoom, so just got to make sure I send that link out to her. Just be prepared for real this time, and just, you know how to close the deal. You know,
I love it. I love it,
Yeah.
Taylor. Keep going. Get another one and another one and another one. You are on it.
Yes, I'm excited.
You know how to do this now. So we're in an interview. We're meeting for the first time.
Yeah. So just a little bit about me. I love to do Zumba. I love to try different things in the kitchen, love to eat, love to travel, and just a thrill seeker at amusement parks.
You know what I didn't hear?
My experience?
Yeah. When you go into these business environments,
Yeah.
get to business. You squandered
Right.
this meeting. You practice in front of the mirror out loud. You know, kind of read the way you look and sound, the way you
Yeah.
feel. and you're ready for this.
With 1 week left, the cast is feeling the pressure.
I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed
Okay.
with just like life in general and just like keeping up and everything. And I just feel like sometimes I know myself when I get overwhelmed, I just like freeze. I'm just like,
I think at week 11, at this point, I'm like invested, but also kind of like, again, like I said, towards the end of last week, like burnt out from not just doing the process, but also like documenting it as well. And that can kind of be like, sometimes it can be a lot.
Being in week 11 and you don't have a job yet, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anybody to feel bad. Sometimes we take 2 steps forward, we take 1 back. It's okay. It's just the journey. You are going to have something very soon.
Oh, I need to hear those words. Oh my gosh. Because, yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. The blockage that kept me from pushing forward was just like feeling overwhelmed when there's a lot of things that has to get done, right? And just feeling like, oh, I have to get all of this done, but not breaking it down. I need to take one thing at a time and not just look at the whole, so I don't be overwhelmed. Because when I feel overwhelmed, I feel like helpless. I feel like crying. I feel like, oh, it's just too much. I just need to look at things in pieces and break it down so I can get to the whole instead of looking at the whole first.
It's tough.
You're so close though, Ryan.
I know. Well, I was just gonna share this too. I feel like I have this anxiety building in me because it's week 11 and you know, getting into week 12. I know Sophia's told me, you've actually told me too, that it's like, we're not gonna like leave you on your own. We're gonna check in. We're gonna like, you know, and I know that I've learned the program. Like I before even talking to you, I know, I'm like, okay, so you know, like Lucasfilm didn't work. I'm still looking at National Geographic actually, but I'm like I know the process. I'm like, okay, so identify 3 more companies, start making friends at these, build the LinkedIn, and like go this route. Like I know what to do.
Yeah, finish that demo reel.
Finish the demo, but I can't shake the anxiety.
One of the things that I've learned about you is you got really good at saying no.
yeah.
So I feel like you got good at saying no. There was a time period that you got really good at it, and now have you maybe slipped back into those old habits of saying yes to everything?
I don't think I've slipped back. I feel like I have been more like torn on like really what I want to do. I feel like the tornness really overwhelms me.
That's oh my friend, good job. We just got to the truth.
Yeah.
What's the truth, Marley?
The truth is I'm just not sure what I really want to do, you know, for the rest of, quote unquote, for the rest of my life. It obviously doesn't have to be the rest of my life, but
What about
just
the next year?
Yeah, the next year I'm torn on what I really want to do. Like, do I really want like 100% a career that I'm have to focus all my life on, or do I want to focus my time on my YouTube, the extra roles, the commercials, and everything that I really enjoy also.
So thank you so much for your honesty.
Thanks.
Because I know that sometimes what our hearts desire and what we've been told or told ourselves or other people have told us are totally different things.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to align both.
Yeah.
So if we got rid of that you were going to be the employee happiness manager,
Mm-hmm.
what would your LinkedIn look like?
The lady that got the position that I was applying for a few weeks ago, They
hired heroes.
it came down between me and her. She got the job, I didn't. But her thing popped up on my LinkedIn, and it says that she has just accepted a job with the USO in Japan. I guess that means that the door is back open potentially for me. And so that's where you come in. How do I go about this?
SJ lays out a plan for the cast moving forward.
Here's my next idea. I just had this idea recently. I think what we put on your LinkedIn is we market you as Dr. Jeremy Morrison, veteran consultant. And then we start positioning you as the guide to do speaking events, educational workshops, and we're going to be able to get you some other opportunities.
Some of my clients, like Izzy, like they're like, you bring a lot of expertise to the table. My brother puts it in terms of like imposter syndrome. He says, you're looking at all the people that are better than you, and you're not looking at all the people like behind you. Like there's more people back there that don't do it as well as you do. Like you're already like so far, but you're not looking that way. You're only looking uphill.
Well, the other part of that is that, Ryan, you have things that those people don't. I think your brother is right on about think of all the people that aren't even close to the experiences that you have. I'll bet that demo reel you're looking at with the eyes. Remember when we talked about cupcakes? People get so, and this is just a general comment about everybody. They get so specific. I didn't bake the right cupcake.
Yeah.
But I have all these other cupcakes that I've done, and there's value to all of them. Yeah. But yet, because I don't have this one thing, I'm going to focus on that and ignore all of this.
Yeah.
It doesn't discount all the other stuff. Would anybody else look at that demo reel and have the same feelings that you have about it? Or would they look at it and go, oh, yeah, he can do this?
I think they would. I think he can do it. I don't know. I'm just, that perfectionism, that self-criticism, that's what that is. So, yeah.
It's not like that I don't want a job, because I know I need a job for like money and security. And if I have to find a position, I would want something in that arena. But I also don't want it to be my whole world, because it's not going to be my whole world. It's going to be an opportunity for me to make money while I pursue my other passions. Does that make sense?
So it does. I think, Marley, the problem that you had with your last job was that you very clearly drew the line and said, doing entertainment's more exciting, and no, I'm never going to say no to those opportunities.
Yeah.
So that's how you should be packaging yourself. I mean, if you were to repackage yourself as being the on-camera talent, that's your job.
Yeah.
You're already doing your YouTube channel. You're already doing gigs every week. You're already, oh, I got this other thing, and I'm doing this training, and I'm going to be on set, and you're already doing that. Make that your main thing.
Yeah. Huh. Never thought about it like that.
I think like the whole call with SJ on Monday just kind of stuck out with me. She really dug in to ask me why I was feeling overwhelmed. It wasn't just like, oh, well, the process is hard. She really took the time to break it down and really open me up to finding out what my heart's desire really is. That whole conversation really stuck out to me in general.
We know we're in week 11 and we only have a week left. And she just told me that she's here for me for as long as it takes. And and that means a lot to me.
is after next week, I'm not done with you.
I know that. And there's never been any question about that. I know the kind of person that you are, and that's something that I've gained to appreciate throughout this last 11 weeks. Is I know I'm a very good judgment of character,
Thank
and I
you.
know you're a good person, and I know you're actually here to help people.
You were so close, Jeremy, in so many areas. So I'm just, I'm keeping the faith, I'm keeping the prayers, I'm keeping the good thoughts. Even again, if nothing works out, something's going to work out because you just have too many things happening.
Well, it's doors are open, and so although nothing substantial, no careers have been offered to me thus far, I see the doors actually opening now that I didn't ever see in the past. And as doors continue to open, I know that I will be able to close one of those doors behind me. I know that's gonna happen.